Is it live? Yeah, we are live. And Jim Miller's garden today. I'm going to go through the garden and pick the tomatoes that are ripening. Got a couple there off of that short row. Those don't look ripe there. This is towards the end of the garden season, and the tomatoes are they're getting fewer all the time. Don't see any anywhere in this group. I see a lot of white flies flying around. Okay, I'll go on this. Oh, here's one. Picking tomatoes. Yep, nothing there. There's a nice pumpkin hanging on the fence. I hope it doesn't break off. There's a pumpkin and you can barely see it. It's hanging on the fence there. Here's a nice little tomato. There's one. There's one. We've got some viewers. Hey, come and help me with these tomatoes, people. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that's hard to get to now because there's lines. Picking tomatoes. Well, there ain't much there. Let's look at this one. Ooh, that's not good. That looks like more like chicken food. A worm got on that one. Okay, here's one. It got a little worm damage. I'll look through this again. Any down here? Nope. I don't see any there yet. Okay. Let's go to the upper garden. We're picking tomatoes this morning. Come and help. Do some chat. I like some chat right here. Oh, here's one. one off of that one that, oh boy, here's a nice red one. That one's coming too. Oh, what you look like? Yeah, you can come. Tomatoes. These were volunteer tomatoes. These two plants here. Look at that big green one. I think it's got a worm problem. Hope it doesn't get rotten. Here's another one. Okay. I'll pull you up. Anybody see a tomato? It's kind of, I pick them when they're just starting to ripen. And here's a volunteer tomato that it looks sort of like a Roma tomato plant. The tomatoes have that shape and size. That one doesn't have anything. Here's this tomato that's right along the fence, and it's got a big tomato here crawling across the nightshade plant. So everything's tangled a tangled mess. Okay, here's, I'm gonna go on the other side and get that. Gotta go clear around all these squash. Oh yeah, this one's nice. That one's nice and red. I've been making chili constantly. Oh, that's borderline. I'll leave it. Come and help pick tomatoes. Help me out. Okay. Look at all this volunteer stuff. Well, I'll get over here. Here's another volunteer plant. Okay. Got those. I'm gonna go up on my potted ones. Got a few. Like and subscribe. If you're a gardener, it's kind of cool watching garden videos. Here's one. These are on the potted plants. I use some chicken manure from the neighbors, and some of the dirt in that chicken pen, and I put them in pots. And I got volunteer tomatoes, and I plant them in the pots, and they've done reasonably well. They're even got some larger tomatoes off of this plants. And oh, I'm picking you. You're turning. You got orange. You see, you got, when they get orange, they need to be picked, because there's worms and bugs, and they could crack if they got a lot of rain, which we haven't had. So take them inside and put them in. I got a nice cool basement, and they do ripen pretty well. These here are this row here is planted tomatoes from the nursery. Oh, I see another one over here. And there's a lot of new tomatoes. There's like 3 plants here, and they new tomatoes all over. I think it's brandy. No, that's a stripe, Mr. Stripey. This is a Brandywine, and another Mr. Stripey in there. We're getting tomatoes, and there'll be tomatoes into November. I can tell that. Okay. Here's our oldest plant. This is a Bush Goliath plant, tomato plant. It's been very productive. That's a very nice tomato. That one I might try to give to Nana. She bought this for me, and she's gotten some real delicious tomatoes off of it. Now this one here, oh boy, that's a borderline, ain't it? I'll pick it. It's not going to get any bigger. And there's a worm problem on that plant, so it won't. Okay. Let's get some viewers. Check out. Look at my tomatoes so far. Okay, I'm gonna go behind the shed and check these plants out. Okay. Little tomatoes all over the place. None of them are ripe though. On that group, on that little spot. Tomatoes all over. Help me pick tomatoes. Nothing there. That plant was totally, I'll look down there, nothing. That plant was totally free of tomatoes. That one's, well, the foliage died and it's turning, so I'm gonna take you. Okay. Here's a little orange one. Okay. It's a jungle. Here's one with some wormholes. I've been spraying them and it's not totally effective. Oop, that's a little green. Here's another little red one. Boy. Oh, there's something there, but it's probably half eaten. Oh, it'll be fine. Okay. Oh, what's this? I'll pick you. You're turning. And this one is, yeah. That one's ready. Oops. Got a couple pounds already. Oh, there's one hiding over here. Oh, it's got a little rotten spot. I'm gonna have to put it in the refrigerator until the chili. I got probably maybe like a Wednesday chili, making chili Wednesday. I'll put it in the fridge and it won't rot much more. I'll just cut the rotten spot off. And what the heck? Oh, God. I don't know if that's a chicken. A chicken ate that, or that's kind of in the raccoon territory. I gotta have to pick you. Oh, God. There's always something. There is always something going on that's not good. I'm gonna probably have to put that green tomato in the chili, which doesn't hurt it any. So we got varmints. I don't know what these. We got some varmints eating tomatoes, and that doesn't look like a chicken. Like their chicken's been getting out. You're close. Oh, you look. That's a nice looking one that's turning pink. Could be a pink lady tomato. This is a volunteer also. I thought I had. Well, that plant is pretty much done for the year, unless you got some blossoms here. They may produce. Oh, there's one there. There's a green one. There's a little green one there. It's growing. This is not a tomato. This is a tomatillo. I need to pick a bunch of them and figure out what to do with them. Might have to try some salsa verde. Now this tomatillo came in from a bird probably, and pooped out the seed, and it germinated. I got another one over there in the other side of the garden. And oh, here's one. There's a tomato plant here with. Okay, found one. I need to look further to the ground. There's nothing there. Help me pick some more. Jim Miller's garden picking tomatoes. That's a nice one. There's so far no bugs. Lots of them there. This is the largest or the tallest tomato. It went up and over, and now it's almost back to the ground. So it's probably a good maybe 12 footish in length. And as long as they don't touch the ground, they're not going to have an issue. Except for that animal that ate part of that one. I wonder if groundhogs like tomatoes. Those ain't ready yet. Well, I'm going to go inside the house. And, hey, I'm going to try something. I'm going to take a screenshot of these tomatoes. And I'll have a picture. I like to take pictures of when I harvest. And this is a way to take that picture. If I could take a screenshot. And it worked. That's awesome. And I'll have all the video details on the edge that went to my photos. So that's cool. That worked. I'll just go in here and turn the lights on. boy, find a box. And here's my older riper tomatoes from other pickings. There's some down there. And about Wednesday, I'm going to make, oh boy, that one, that's not, I have to look through these and look for bad spots and stick those in the fridge. And then when I make stuff, I'll cut the bad spots off and use the tomatoes. Okay. Let's take this box here. Yeah, the pool table is being used as a garden center more than a pool table this year. This one, I put the tomatoes that got issues over here in this spot. So, and I put the ones that are unaffected over here in a box. So I'm just sorting through them. And here is well, that's that one. And here's this one. Let's keep going. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, these are nice. Some of these, most of these don't have issues. It's nice. Oh, this one's got holes. That one's nice. I got one person watching, they're interested. I got two people watching. Ugh, that one's kind of ugly. And this one, good luck. I might get a tiny piece off. I don't see any chats yet. Someone says hi, it's probably hard luck. Says hi, well, hi to you. Very good. I like comments. Gardening is easy. Just a little work. And instead of going to the grocery and half a cart, you're spending $100, not probably, heck, a half a cart's $200 now. Of, good stuff. With meats and stuff, it'll be $200. I'm kind of like, I don't know. I don't have, usually when I go to grocery, I just pick out, 3-4 items that are on. I go to a United Grocery Outlet first and get stuff that's marked down. It's still in date. And it's just as good as, that one that's the one with the little rotten spots. 3 people watching, and okay, these will probably ripen. This could be a week to 10 days, and they'll be ripe, and they will be used in chili, just making chili every 4 days in an Instapot, and I'll just keep doing it till I run out of fresh tomatoes, and then I got frozen tomatoes. Okay, down to one little bitty. I'm done. I'll put these on the ground. Yeah, there's getting, that was the last picking. They're getting, as we go, they're getting fewer and fewer. I think there might be more, like, I saw a lot of green ones that are getting full-sized, and it may uptick here on the amount of tomatoes I get. Here's my pumpkins I brought in. It's only a part of them. There's some over on the other side of the basement. All right, and I don't know what to do now. I might go look at bunnies. Tomatoes, The tomato job is done for the day. Just hold on. I'm going to go to the bunny cage. Oh, the chicken's out again. I'm not blaming her for that damaged tomato. Two of them. Did you get that tomato? They're not answering. What? Ducks? Neighbors, this is the neighbor's animal pen. Bird pen. Some of these birds identify something else probably, but it's the bird pen. Ducks. No, it's not the bird pen. It's the animal pen because we got rabbits. We got rabbits. We've got... Are you guys stirring around? No, no. Oh, you acting hungry. No, 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 no. No bunnies. Don't go outside. I'm sorry. I spooked you. It's okay. I should have brought a snack. You got food. You got water. You just want love. You're being friendly today. Come on. Don't be jittery. I'm not the hawk. You guys are being sweet. Don't chew on my foot. Use the neighbor's bunny. You can lick me, don't chew. Oh boy. Okay. I think there's a dozen rabbits, 2 adults, and 10 kids. And that one there that went over there, that's the daddy. And the little ones are about as big as daddy. And mommy's here. She looks all beaten up. Those children, they just got her worn down. Okay. Hey. Look at the cute buggers. Bunny. In the bunny pen. This one likes to hang around my feet. Are you guys going to give me some bunny poop for the garden? Give me some bunny poop. I see a pile right there. Okay. Oh, I hear that young rooster crowing. I might have to go over there and look at him. Okay, bunnies. I may come back later. Oh. It's a nice pen. Oh boy. There's Gina F. There's a lot of comments. What are you doing? Please don't bite my leg. They must be smelling something on my feet. Gina F. It's a nice pen. Yeah. My question is, what's a bad pen look like? Oh, yeah. These are the neighbor's rabbits, and I'm just come over here and just show everybody the neighbor's rabbits. They're getting bigger, and yeah, they're gonna eat you. Yeah. They might. Yes, okay. I must be salty a bit, yes. I'm more salty than it appears. They're adorable. Okay, I gotta go. Hey, lunch, where are you? Gina F., is you still here? Are you in, this sound like you're over there in Europe or somewhere else. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, it's lunchtime in Europe. Or actually it's after lunch. It's about 3 p.m. Oh boy. I'm gonna put this down. Does that look locked? It's locked to you. Okay, bunnies. I'm sorry, I can't stay forever. Young rooster, show them what you got. I don't have the pumpkin today. I gave you pumpkin yesterday. Yeah, Crow. You're a big dude. You make a lot of nuggets. You would make a lot of nuggets, I tell you. There's the other rooster in this pen. His name is Sienna. Pretty good. Sienna, are you... I don't think Sienna is picking on the younger rooster. Usually younger roosters... Oh, here comes the damn train. Train. Okay. Well, how do you respond to messages? Boy, I'm gonna have to learn that. I'm gonna have to learn to respond to messages on a live stream. If I can, I should be able to. What's this here? Okay. I don't see anything. What's this? Okay. No. That probably didn't do anything with the camera. Okay. I think they've been getting about a dozen eggs a day. And the other day I just came over and, just help myself. I help chasing chickens and rounding them up, and I give them garden stuff. Oh my God, you dopes. Get in here. We almost had a duck escape. No. Get back home. Oh. Usually the chickens go back in. A knife's. I hope some of you laughed. These funny animals. Okay. I might just do a quick run through of the stuff I haven't done. I just go through okay, here's a ripening. I'll probably pick this one this week, this little pumpkin. And here's one that's green, a green. Here is a, what the heck is that? A butternut squash. There's one here. I can get those anytime. They're ripe and the vine's dead. Here, a bird of some sort relieved itself, and it looked like it was in flight. So, pretty big bird of some sort. It might have been the one that messed with the tomato. Who knows? Okay. I already showed the tomatillo today. There's a pumpkin that's got, in a couple weeks, it'll be ripe. And my pineapples. This this larger one is looking like the ones you actually see in the tropics. And maybe next year it'll put on a fruit. It'll shoot up a flower, and then there'll be a stem, and then the pineapple fruit is on top. And it's a very interesting looking plant when it does put on a fruit. And here's my toilet tomato that's winding down, a bucket tomato. It's got a very nice medium-sized tomato on it. So, and here's my experiment on cabbage. I planted them. I put them in little planters midsummer, and then I transplanted them, and I got actually there's 5 plants, but there's 3 hills. And these are flat Dutch, and there has a pretty good chance of putting on a cabbage towards frost. And cabbages are very tolerant to frost and freezes, and it probably will grow. It'll probably grow, continue. If a cabbage head develops, it probably can grow through repeated frosts and freezes, and until it's like, when it starts getting down there below 20 degrees, which it won't, sometimes that won't be until January or so, if at all. If we have one of those weird winters where it doesn't get really that cold. So that's going to be an interesting scenario. And those look good, those cabbages. And look at you again. Did you flower? I'm looking at this very late volunteer pumpkin. It's got a lot of white fly on it, which is not it'll deter it from growing goods. I think here's a tomato I missed. I'll let you go to the next. It's got a wormhole in it, so I have to really watch it. Let's keep looking. That's a nice long pumpkin. Still green. Where are you? There he is. Ugh. Here's this real bumpy pumpkin hanging on the fence. It looked like it's reached its full size, and it'll ripen over time. It's probably a gourd pumpkin mix because it's got a lot of bumps on it. I hope it turns color before Halloween. I make a grumpy pumpkin with it. So, and here's sweet potatoes crawling over the fence. And here's a sweet potato blossom. And never grown sweet potatoes, so the blossoms, they're probably like other potatoes. They don't put the fruit on where the flower is. They put it underground. Okay, I'll just skip through the it's a challenge walking through when everything's crawling all over. Oh, there's some beans I missed. That's crazy. I'll show you that. And here's a nice, that'll be orange by Halloween. Carve him up, make something cool looking with that pumpkin. And here is some climbing beans that I picked yesterday, and I missed those few. Well, there's some, what the heck? There's some over there that I missed. So I might have to pick a little early next time to. And this, all this here is on the top of this fence is, except that tomato, is one bean plant. It's a volunteer bean that came from a seed that grew here last year. There was one plant at the end of this fence. I planted a row right up through here, and some seeds germinated on the other side of the fence, and I realized that there were climbing beans, and one of them survived of the two, and I got it to climb, and hopefully today I've already picked 3 groups of beans from this plant, and we're gonna have we're gonna make, hopefully we'll make those beans today. You got to get other people on board to to help with the preparation. Here's a nice late acorn squash. There was like 15 squash here, and they all died out except this one, and this one looks really good, and it's got a nice acorn squash on it. And where's some ripe ones? Oh God, these are good looking. Here, these are nightshade berries, and these came from the outside, like birds brought this plant in, and they're edible, and they're it's hard to describe the flavor. They're sweet and a little tart, and they're in the tomato family. They have a little tomato essence to them. That one's pretty good. Oh boy. They have an after kick. They got a little tart. They got a tartness to them. Oh, they're good. So I come out here and snack in the garden all the time. Oh, okay. It is what it is. It's a little blurry. I don't know why. Why is it blurry? No, it's not. It's good. They melt right in your mouth. I'm trying to describe that flavor. And here's a cantaloupe that it's getting pretty good sized. And it's growing out of this hill. I got a good half dozen cantaloupes out of this hill, and I ate most of them. I gave a couple away. They were pretty delicious. I would eat those with eat the cantaloupe with the meal, with lunch every day for a long time. Okay, I'm getting out of this spot with nobody watching. Okay, here's the fifth planting of corn. That's it's pretty much picked through, except for about 3 or 4 ears. And I'll pick those tomorrow. And then I'll take scissors and cut this corn in little pieces by hand. It's quite a see. That's ready to go. That's ready. It's really, that's ready to go. I'll pick it tomorrow. So the corn about done. Corn is about done for the year. Here's some little cabbage. Let's see. I brought down some transplanted cabbage. It died, and then I think I planted again. Oh, I planted some again, and it failed to emerge. And then I planted a third time, and there's a few little cabbages there. And here's another flat Dutch cabbage. This is a more shaded area, and when you're gardening and you want to experiment on stuff, you put it in different areas and see what works the best. What did I just do? Oh, I stepped on that wire. And here's a pumpkin off this one plant, and on the same plant, the same pumpkin plant, that's actually bigger than the first one. So I got 2 pumpkins on a plant that managed to survive the summer. Here's a bee getting his breakfast. Are you a bee or a bumblebee? Looks more like a bee. And here's a little squash off of this plant here. I was doubtful that it would put on a fruit, and it has, so I'm not gonna even look at these tomatoes. I already picked tomatoes. And here's a squash that hasn't fruited yet, and I have my doubts about it. And here's the cabbage from the spring, and it looks really bad. And I cut the heads off, and I like it when it grows back and puts on little heads, but these really are looking, I don't know if it's lack of water or pests or fungi. It doesn't matter. It's a bonus if you get some extra little cabbage heads to put in stuff. And here is, I got little heads from these up here, and they're in the fridge, and they're starting to grow again, so I might get something later with them. That wasn't very entertaining. Okay, here's a nice pumpkin here. A nice big one and a smaller one. Here, I got it off the ground so it won't spoil. And here is that's a pretty one. I hope it turns. I hope that one turns before Halloween. That's nice looking. And here's the giant Marconis. I gave each plant about a couple gallons of water yesterday. There's 4 plants. It's been dry. It rained on the 1st of September, and we haven't had any rain since. Okay. And someone's watching. We got a viewer. And these are the purple sweet potatoes. Four hills, and they just took up the whole area. The groundhogs came and ate the tops off, and I took them groundhogs after I caught them, and they're probably right. The groundhogs are right. There's 4 of them, and I had to do this. I put them in the ground with potatoes to get revenge. Sweet potatoes. Okay. And this is where about it. Here's these other little row of volunteer tomatoes I brought down, and that one's got a pretty nice couple tomatoes on it. This area right here hardly gets any sun now since the sun is lower. I look down here at 2 and 3 p.m. This is still shaded. It'll get a few hours of sun late in the day. So it's kind of amazing that it's still got a little bit growing there. And here's this volunteer pumpkin that put on 2 nice pumpkins on it. It started right up there and it crawled all over. It kind of crawled over I don't think the watermelons would have made any difference. A bad watermelon here. This is an example. They would grow and then they would start rotting on the end. And I managed to get one good watermelon, and it was really tasty out of this spot. So that was a disappointment. And here is a pumpkin, and it's like a miracle that it's here because this plant had a hard time. It was actually planted there, and it crawled out in the lawn, and it came up here through the sweet potatoes, and it managed to get through them and keep growing good. And it's got a nice pumpkin on it. And there was a time during the summer when it was out here that it would wilt terribly. It almost died. The plant almost died. And I said, okay, it's toast. And then it got cool and rainy, and then it went up and it survived. And then we had more drought, and then we had a little rain, then we had more drought. And it's amazing that it's went on. And it's probably getting, see, here's the vine right here that came in from the lawn, and this is dead. Well, maybe it's not. Oh, that's still alive. That's amazing. That part of it's still alive, but the original vine is dead. I'm surprised that's still alive. It feels like it's alive. And now the pumpkins and squash, they root from the vine, and they root deep, and they spread out, and that's what this one is doing. And it managed to survive for numerous obstacles. I noticed there's a lot of bug holes on these sweet potatoes, and I've sprayed them recently, so it's no big deal. There's no doubt there's piles of potatoes underneath this viney mess. it's going to be kind of cool. It's going to be cool looking here in a month or two, digging these up, and have no idea how many pounds of potatoes are here. It could be like, I don't know, let's say 10 pounds is the minimum. Maybe it's 30, 40 pounds or more. There's a lot of vines to feed them potatoes. And I watered them yesterday. Since it's not raining, I got a hose and I let it run for probably an hour and a half. And just to encourage them to keep growing until frost. You know, mid-October is kind of the average. Mid to late October is about the first frost, and I don't know how resistant they are. I'm just going to let it go until there's no foliage. Here's a volunteer. I don't have a sneeze button. Boy, I don't have a cough button. A lot of people have cough buttons when they broadcast, and I must be getting some pollen. They said the ragweed's bad this year. Oh, here's a volunteer marigold. Hey, that's a. What do you stay here? A nice looking bee. I wanted to take a. Those are pretty. We growed marigolds on the patio, and the water comes down the driveway, and there's marigold seed in it. And this one ended up clear at the end of the garden, and it's looking really nice. It's really pretty, and it hasn't had rain in a long time, so it's probably rooted down there. It's got to be rooted down there several feet, like 4 feet in the ground. There's probably some moisture. There's probably a little moisture in the ground, and it survives through that. Because I water my potted marigolds every day, and they take a lot of water. So that thing is probably sucking up. It could be sucking up a quart to a half gallon or so of water a day, and it's finding it in the ground. Okay, I'm about done with the stream. Jim Miller's garden. I don't have much to go through anymore. I usually can go through in an hour and be done. And it's been about an hour. Well, thanks for watching. I do this Sundays about 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, and I get a few viewers. But I looked at one of my older ones. I was watching another gardener in his video, and I suggested him just looking at my videos, and I think he shared one of my videos or something, and I clicked on it, and I just started watching, and it was from like May. And even though it's my boring self talking, I thought it was pretty interesting just looking at my old videos that one probably got 25 views and not much time watched. And so at least I have a record of the garden and do like an oral presentation. Just for my use, it'd be great. It's great, but other people might learn something or enjoy just walking through the garden with me. So, well, thanks for watching Jim Miller's Garden. Until likely next week. And this is another one in the books. Thanks for watching.